And what up, you guys? Welcome back to Pro Publications YouTube channel. It's me, Rich. Daily uploads to open up my own shop. And today I want to look through the Inktober throwdowns that I've been doing. Tomorrow is day 15. And 15 is where I'm going to make the first portion of the zine. And then I'll finish up the Inktober month and make a second batch for the second half of the prompts. And today what I want to do is kind of go through them and show you kind of what I've done, and again just thoughts and just what I'm feeling with this zine. Really happy to get this done because I really want to start sending out a lot of shit to the subscribers. And so this first Inktober is going to go out with the Galactus zine, which is something I'm going to tackle tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow. But after that, I also need to finish that Working Class Comics, and I hope that have that done and go out with the second half. But let's go ahead and peep these out, right? First up, day one, I threw down a Yosemite Sam. And when I originally started doing this, I didn't know kind of what I was going to do with this, you know, idea. I didn't even think this was going to be a zine, really. But I started it, and it was fun because I thought to myself, what have I never drawn? And I couldn't remember a time where I've drawn Yosemite Sam. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that I've never, but I couldn't recall it. And so then I just said, you know what? Let me draw this in my way. And then after that, it was the same thing. It became this idea of like, how do I throw down characters that I've seen but have never considered or thought to throw down? And that's where you get this My Hero Academia character. Same thing. I like Adventure Time, but for whatever reason, I've never drawn this character. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably seen me draw like Lumpy Space Princess and other characters from that universe. But this Ice King I've never drawn. And I actually really do like my iteration of it. I think it came out pretty solid. This is Igor from Winnie the Pooh. Definitely, as a depressed character that he is, you would think that he'd look more haggard. And so I definitely dig my iteration. I think it's a pretty straightforward kind of iteration, but definitely you can see my hand in the art. And that's the other thing, because I've never done these characters, I went real heavy with the blue line. But that's okay, you know what I mean? The blue line falls off when you do the post, you know? So some of the post is probably what I'm going to do tomorrow. The plan tomorrow is, yeah, wake up, throw down on day 15 of the prompts, and then after that, just start formatting this, right? And the Galactus zine is done, so start formatting that as well. Almost done. I haven't done the cover yet, so I gotta throw that down. Rocky and Bullwinkle. This is supposed to be Leonidas from Frank Miller's 300. And it's the same thing, right? Like, as a big fan of Frank Miller, you would think that I would have thrown down more of Frank Miller's characters, but I haven't. And 300 was one of the ones that I've never considered or thought to throw down, but here it is. SpongeBob SquarePants. I think this character's name is Patrick. I definitely like my iteration. There's a few liberties that I took, but I think it still reads. This one is Clifford. This one, as you can tell, I got real cocky and I thought I didn't need no blue line, and then I botched it on the ear. But that's kind of just, you know, even here, right? You know, that's what happens when you try to do it straight up freehand. Like, you know, that's, like I said, I use the blue line more as a way of blocking and being like, this here is going to go here, this is going to go there, that's going to go there. So when I don't use my blue pencil, like, I'm flying in the dark, you know? And that's kind of where you end up, like I said, with some of the mistakes that you see on this one. But it's alright. Like I said, you see the hand in it, you know it's not AI. Same thing with my bender, and that's so crazy because look how heavy my blue line is. But this bender still looks hella bootleg. Again, also using it as a way of like learning about new comic strip characters and characters that I've never even thought of. And here goes that Seeger character, Sweepy P. And like, this is a very straightforward iteration, right? It just has all the little noodles and stuff that I normally do. But I don't see anything necessarily, like any liberties that I really took on that. I don't see it. Here goes another one from Marvel, Stingray, which I still want to read that Stingray and Namor comic. But again, very straightforward character. Definitely dig that character design. this character design reminds me a lot of Steve Ditko. So like, you know, the Question and other characters that he's done that are like faceless and emotionless. That's what this reminds me of. Oh, Captain Hadard. This one I did yesterday. This is from Tintin. I don't know how many of you guys have read the Tintin comics. Very, very cool, like adventure comics. And if you ever get the chance, peep them out. But this is probably the most straightforward one I've done, right? This is straight, like literally, beyond not filling in the hat. This is straight up just like what he looks like in the comics, I think. And here goes today's. This is a Dragon Ball Z character called Tonks. It's Trunks. Like I said, drawing characters I never drawn, so I didn't even know who this character was until I said, you know, let me draw something from Dragon Ball Z, and this came up. So that's kind of what I've been up to, and like I said, day 15 is tomorrow. Do I know what I'm gonna draw? No, I don't. I do it on the day of, and like, you know, a lot of it just depends on like things that I come across, things that I see. Remember, a lot of this art, like it's on like, you know, all kinds of different medias, commercials, different Instagram posts and shit like that. And so as you like, you know, just live your day, you come across certain things and you're just kind of like, huh, I've never drawn that. Maybe I should throw that down today. And that's how I've been using it. And like I said, tomorrow's day 15. So that'd make it a 4-page zine that's kind of just folded in half. And I think that that might be cool, right? I'm going to do 2 drawings per page. And the first page obviously will be the cover that I got to make tomorrow as well. So it looks like tomorrow I got 2 covers to do, and then I'm going to sit down and just format both of these zines. 2 covers, I have 1 other character to draw, and then after that it's just going to be straight up a day of formatting. So that's kind of what I'm up to tomorrow, you guys. If you guys are interested, come on back, because guess what? Your boy does daily uploads, so I'll be back here tomorrow uploading. Alright? Beyond that, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lates.